Yeah, how you all doing? Welcome to the video. Hope you're all doing good. Big news from the golfing world, if you like, on this whole how do we sell golf to the masses, keep it interesting, and keep them entertained? Are you not entertained? Um, so there's been huge announcements of late. Obviously, the biggest controversial one and most hypocritical one of all, Rick Shields going to live, rumoured to be £3.5 million over 3 years, flights included, etc., etc., etc. But James Robinson has signed a deal with the PGA Tour of America, and he's going to be covering the Florida swing and things like that. Now, what's significant about this, you might say? It's the bridge between YouTube, which when it first started out, YouTube was all about we want to put something out like what I'm doing, and hopefully somebody will watch it, find it interesting, and then maybe somebody will respond back to my video. That was the premise of YouTube as a social media platform. Anyways, it's evolved since then, and you've got the likes of these just huge people on YouTube with like 3.4 million subscribers. The interesting thing about James Robinson is he's not even at 300,000 subscribers. But just goes to show you, if you've got a good PR stroke management company and even a smidgen of talent, you can go far these days. Why? Because golf has a major problem, and we're going to tell you about that, hopefully not taking too long. People aren't watching it. They're turning off in their droves. The viewing figures for the PGA Tour, which is meant to be the biggest tour in the world, are a rock bottom low. People are just not watching the events. If you tune in any week to the PGA Tour of America and you tune in when the likes of Rory, Scheffler, Lowry, Tiger, he's not really playing at the moment, but these big, huge names, they don't play every week. Why? Because when live up the prize money or the incentive to play for them to like stupid amounts of money, 100 million and all this, the PGA Tour had to do the same to match it. So when they did that, what happened? The really good players, top players in the world, which never happened ever before, decided, heck, I can play 12 weeks a year. 12, hang on, say that again. 12 weeks a year I can play. Some are playing less than that. I can just play in the majors now. And I can just, because they upped the money. These players now, and so when you tune in, where the big names aren't there, who the heck are you watching? You don't have a clue. Who are these guys? It's paint drying boredom. Why? Because they're taking ridiculous amounts of time to play golf. What was it? 3 hours for, was it 3 hours for 5 holes? I think that's the record so far for speed of play or slowness of play. But going back to the money thing, so the PGA Tour have realised that you like say you and me watching have no clue who these players are, and Liv have got the jump on them because Liv decided we're going to throw everything we've got to get the big names. We'll just offer them crazy amounts of money. We'll start this thing, and then we'll make a wee onus for the players that we sign to have social media presence and a presence on social media, Instagram, YouTube, that kind of thing, so that our viewership will build slowly around the fact that getting to know you, getting to know about you. So you might start to get buying into how a player reacts or lets you in to his inner circle. Now, if you want a success story, Bryson DeChambeau has definitely got that X factor, isn't he? He's watchable. You're interested in what he's going to do. Phil Mickelson, to a degree, because he's been doing a lot of stuff that's been quite entertainingly fun, and that's the whole key here. Selling something that's going to captivate the audience. So now, Liv have gone full out, right, let's do the full crossover. Even though Rick was like sceptical and hypocritical of this, when they went, Rick, we're going to give you 3.5 million over 3 years, he went, whoa, where do I sign? And now, to catch up, the PGA Tour have got James Robinson on board for the Florida swing. So he's going to be exposing all these players that you don't know, probably maybe playing wee challenges with them, and maybe a one-shot challenge or something like that, or talking to them on a range, whatever they're doing, so that you and me can actually get a basis of who the heck are these guys. Because the audience figures are the lowest they've ever been. And the quickest way that you can boost your ratings these days is obviously make your content on television exciting to watch. But if you've got something in the background, because most of these golf stuff now is all pay-per-view, so if you can get people, oh, I've never, who's this guy? Let's watch this video for a bit. And eventually you might, and it'll take a long time. Once you've knocked yourself back this far, you're not going to turn it around quickly, but it's a slow build-up. Liv have done it, and now the PGA have a long way to catch up. But it took Liv easy 1.5 to 2 years to get this kind of, I'm not going to say it's brilliant to watch, but the coverage is, I'm not going to say better, but it's snappier because they're all shotgun starts and there's bigger names that you know in the field. So you've got a bit of a inkling to it. Now, the PGA, obviously doing all these things now, the thing is, if they've gone with James Robinson in the UK, he ain't going to translate well in America. Just as Rick Shields might not transfer well in America either. So the chances are American YouTubers that are into golf, I'm thinking the names that spring to mind are GM Golf and a few others that are huge in America. Good, that type of thing. They may well get an offer coming in the near future so that they can hit two sides of the channel, Europe and America and other places, Again, it's cost effective because they're not having to pay exorbitant amounts of money to get these guys to do it. The classic that started this process off, by the way, was our own, the Open. They did live at the range 2 years running, and they did it with Pete Finch, and he was live at the range, interviewing, giving his take on the whole connection thing between players and watching their swings and how nervous he was, and he always talks about the quest for the Open. So I think that's what brought that in, and there was a wee double act. Him and a few others were doing it on the range, and it was popular. People were tuning in and watching it because they were doing little interviews with players now, and face to faces, getting to know you things, but doing it in not a cringe-worthy way. Hang on, not a cringe-worthy way, and mentioning Pete Finch, Pete Snooze in the same sentence. Aye, I actually did say that. Right, so there's another thing that will be chapping at your door as well. Again, they're changing the media context. They've realised that to actually get you or me to tune into these golf events, they need something more than just, right, and on the second hole we've got Straka with an 8 iron. He's got 155 into the green, slight headwind. And at the back of the green, there's a backstop. He may well try and bring that off. Let's see what he can do. And then he takes 15 minutes later. Let's cut back to Straka. He's just about to hit that 8-iron. But also, I still maintain they need to bring in that shot clock thing. Not in every tournament, but let's just make it, say, a couple of tournaments a year and maybe one before each major. Let's get this shot clock going for like 15 seconds to pull a trigger like they had in the Olympic Games. That was good to watch because some of these guys were... Oh. Is he swiping at an imaginary wasp? Because they forget all these televisions now are 4K ultra high definition. We ain't seen nothing flying about there. But you can see a wrinkle on his top forehead from like miles away. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting time. But like I say, will we all fall for it and buy into it? They're taking a gamble. They're expanding the media presence. And they've come out on a PGA Tour saying that, look, our players need to do interviews. They need to do face-to-faces. They need to be more approachable. They need to let us in. And stuff, DP World Tour as well. Really, it'll need to do a bit of catching up as well. Because you can tune in and you'll watch it when the big names ain't playing and you'll be like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? But there are a few on the DP World Tour that are up and coming. Very good, fantastic golfers. Brandon James Robinson, I think, is it? Could be, I think it's him. Might have his name muddled up a bit. He's got a YouTube channel, very interesting to watch. So they're all chipping away at it. And on the DP World Tour, they've signed Golf Life for a partnership. They go on tour. I mean, that's your ultimate. How can you compete now with these social media giants getting all the access? Because any monkey could make a great video going out for 9 holes with Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, or Tommy Fleetwood, or Lee Westwood, or Ian Poulter. You would have to be a complete nugget to muck that golden opportunity up. What was that you hit off the first there, Rick? I was a bit nervous, I just went... That's another thing, we can all relate to that, but if he's trying to say that he's, pro golfer, I am Marcus Aurelius. Are you not entertained? So I think we'll end it there because we're getting close to 15 minutes and probably half of you switched off by now. But if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and the like because that obviously helps boost it. And all the ad revenue is going to charity. And, comment below. What tour do you actually like watching at the moment? What tour? So, PGA, DP World Tour, or Live Golf? Or there's the Indian Tour, Asian Tour. Which one are you actually are you watching any? Or do you just tune in for the majors? Comment below. See you all soon. Thanks for watching.